As we have seen in Marvel's science fiction movies, Iron Man transformed from an ordinary person into a superhero protecting the world. He achieved this through technological power and the limitless energy from the arc reactor attached to his chest. Those technologies, seemingly only existing in science fiction, are actually not far from us and have even appeared since ancient times. Arc reactor, and it is called the. Today, let's explore the secrets that will be revealed at the Jagannath temple and uncover the truth about the heart of Lord Krishna. Could it truly be a terrifying ancient technology? In the city of Puri on India's eastern coast, there is a temple called Jagannath. It is one of the 4 holiest sites in Hinduism. According to Hindu teachings, the deity Jagannath here is believed to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, the supreme ruler of the universe. On a special day in 2015, the entire city of Puri was plunged into darkness due to a power outage. With an outdated power grid, blackouts were common here. However, that day, the issue was not due to a power supply failure but because the Jagannath temple was conducting an important ritual. Therefore, the city had to cut off all electricity during that time. This ritual sounds simple at first. Hindu devotees would replace the old Jagannath idol with a new one. Such a seemingly simple ritual, so why did they have to cut power to the entire city? The reason lies in the extremely special Jagannath idol itself. Inside its chest is the heart of Lord Krishna. That heart is not merely a sculpture but a sacred relic of the Indian people. To explain why the heart of Krishna is related to the power outage incident, let's start with the story of Lord Krishna in the Indian epic Mahabharata. Vishnu is one of the 3 supreme deities of Hinduism, along with Brahma and Shiva. He is described as the supreme protector of the universe, capable of liberating beings from all suffering and completing rebirth. The appearance of Lord Vishnu is often seen as an omen of great change and a rescue for humanity. He often tells stories of defeating hostile forces. In the epic Mahabharata, Lord Vishnu often appears in various forms, including famous incarnations such as Rama, Krishna, and Narasimha. Each of these forms carries a distinct meaning, symbolizing different aspects of Vishnu's divinity. For example, in the incarnation of Rama, Vishnu is depicted as an ideal king who defeated the enemy Ravana and reclaimed his wife. In the form of Lord Krishna, Vishnu incarnates as a mischievous child who leads all of humanity to liberation. In the form of Narasimha, Lord Vishnu appears as half man, half lion, who destroyed the enemy Hiranyakashipu. The story begins in the 10th century BC, about 3,000 years ago. This time, Lord Vishnu descended to earth under the name Hetien. Hetien was born in northern India, in the Yadu royal family. King Vau Yadu was his uncle. As a member of the royal lineage, Hetien was expected to have a full and fulfilling life. But completely contrary to that, his life was threatened from the moment he was born. At that time, King Vau was very superstitious. A fortune teller told him, "One of the children, your nephew, will grow up to be the one who kills you." Upon hearing this, the king was extremely fearful and ordered the killing of all 6 of his nephews' family in the Chang palace because his brother. After a period of anticipation, my sister-in-law finally gave birth to an adorable baby boy. The family named him Hetien. The boy's mother knew that her son would immediately be taken away by King Vau. Therefore, she found a newborn girl to replace her son and quietly took the child along with some gold and silver out of the palace. Even so, King Vau could not bear to abandon the poor child. Better to kill by mistake than to let one escape. Just as King Vau was about to use his sword to end the girl's life, suddenly a goddess appeared in midair. King Vau was extremely surprised, thinking that perhaps the gods were stopping him. Therefore, he had to spare the innocent girl. Meanwhile, Hetien was taken to a remote village and adopted by a farming family. Hetien's adoptive parents were very kind people. They loved him as their own child, and because of that, they always allowed him the freedom to do what he wanted. From a young age, Hetien was known as a mischievous but very intelligent boy. After growing up, Hetien increasingly displayed extraordinary strength and superior intelligence. We can imagine him as a hero in Greek mythology, like Hercules. Accordingly, Hetien had to confront countless monsters and dark forces to protect the people. In the end, he wrote a glorious page in history himself. Just as the prophet had foretold, Hetien returned to his birthplace and killed the king. At that time, the king was becoming increasingly cruel, causing the people to suffer greatly. Afterward, Hetien led a group of people in difficult circumstances to the promised land of Gujarat, now in western India. He built his own kingdom and named that land Dwaraka. The epic Mahabharata also recounts that Lord Krishna, in his incarnation as the protector, Vishnu, participated in a great and famous battle. That battle is recorded in history as the Battle of Kurukshetra. This battle took place between two main clans, the Pandava clan and the Kaurava clan. The two clans fought with countless types of weapons, with the participation of many heroes and renowned warriors. In this battle, Hitien fought under the banner of the Pandavas. The battle marked a fierce confrontation between the two sides, with dramatic and emotional clashes. After only 18 short days of war, the Pandava house emerged victorious. Most of the warriors of the Kuru clan perished in battle. An elderly woman of the Kuru clan was deeply anguished witnessing all her sons and grandsons pass away one by one. She harbored immense hatred for Krishna for aiding the Pandavas in defeating her clan. Her curse fell upon his kingdom. She declared that Krishna and his Yadava kingdom would only last 36 years. After that, everything would be destroyed. Indeed, Krishna's Dvaraka kingdom was destroyed in the 36th year, just as the old woman had cursed. That year, Krishna went alone into the forest, where he could meditate in peace as he wished. A hunter mistook Krishna for a deer and shot an arrow into his foot. Krishna was utterly astonished to find an arrow embedded in his leg. Though he possessed the robust physique of a hero, unmatched by thousands. Now even a small wound caused him unending pain. This made him realize his time was running short. Thus, he remained seated there and continued meditating. When the hunter came to check, he discovered Krishna had passed away. Moved by compassion, he cremated Krishna's body. At that moment, something strange suddenly occurred. Krishna's body was burned to ashes. But one part of his body could never be burned, his heart. The hunter saw a solid metal fragment emitting light. When the light shone on it, it suddenly glowed and made strange noises. The hunter dared not keep the glowing heart, believing it wasn't the true wish of the soul. Frightened, the hunter hastily built a small raft. He placed Krishna's heart on it and pushed the raft to drift along the Ganges River. He believed the first person to receive it would have to fulfill a noble mission. When the small raft drifted to the shores of Puri, the local people there received the strange heart. Thinking it was a treasure, he presented it to the king of Puri. Upon seeing the treasure, the king ordered an investigation to uncover its true origins. The results astonished the king, for it was none other than Krishna's heart. Soon after, the king decided to build a giant statue to commemorate and show deep respect for Krishna. The king placed Krishna's heart inside the statue. Since then, Krishna's heart, the embodiment of Karina, has been preserved in the Jagannath statue to this day. This Jagannath statue was shaped based on that very origin, the origin of the Karina heart symbol. Right now, you must be thinking this is just a myth. However, for the local people of Puri, they firmly believe this story is entirely true. According to the accompanying staff, in the dark sky, the human heart can tremble upon encountering a ray of light. That solution has the ability to generate electricity. And the most terrifying thing is that if anyone touches the heart, an electrical discharge occurs. The person affected will be shocked. Therefore, everyone in the monastery wears insulated gloves. And all light sources are turned off when interacting with the Jagannath statue. Thus, in 2015, the entire city of Puri had to cut off electricity for a day. To perform a grand ceremony, all light sources had to be extinguished. It involved placing the pure heart of Karina into a new statue. Perhaps even the local authorities and power companies didn't truly believe in this miraculous story. However, they always knew to respect local customs and traditions. In fact, many even believe the creators of this shrine exploited the legend without basis. To attract people's attention and earn money from temple services, trading in sacred things. Some other opinions suggest that scientists should step in to analyze the components of the objects found inside the statue. However, sacred religious artifacts will not be handed over to laboratories for scientific analysis. Because religious believers consider this an act of disrespect toward the deities. On the other hand, no laboratory shows interest in that work. Because they might be held responsible if those relics are damaged. If scientific results contradict religious beliefs, it often makes believers feel uneasy and hard to accept. If religious beliefs are promoted, they will be ridiculed and boycotted by the scientific community. In reality, very few laboratories are willing to take on this kind of trivial work. Therefore, for over 1,000 years, the people of Puri have maintained absolute faith in that. The Jagannath statue contains the heart of Krithina, that will protect them from evil spirits, bring salvation, and a better life for everyone. Since then, the statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe has attracted millions of pilgrims to the temple each year. Every 10 years, they have to carve a new Jagannath statue and place Krithina's heart inside. Because the glass bottle emits a strong blue light, over time, it will damage the wooden statue. This is a beautiful tradition of the Puri people, preserved and passed down through generations. To this day, I still believe that the Krithina heart bottle is actually some kind of ancient device. Pravid Mohan, a researcher specializing in ancient civilizations, has devoted much effort to investigating and understanding the Krithina heart bottle. He noticed that the features of the Krithina heart bottle are very similar to the arc reactor attached to Iron Man's chest. After Mohan drew this conclusion, I also felt very confused, because Iron Man's arc reactor is considered 21st century science fiction. At that time, modern technology was just in its infancy. Creating it was far beyond the reach of humanity back then. In 2015, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, announced the successful experiment of an artificial synthesis device. This design idea was inspired by Iron Man. Accordingly, it has a structure similar to a human heart, with compartments in the middle resembling ventricles and atria. Additionally, there are tubes that function similarly to arteries, said to react very well to heat, even in the eye area. An MIT representative stated that if this reaction could be scaled down dozens of times, it would be a replica of the arc reactor armor, intended for Iron Man's adversaries. They believe that things once considered fiction will one day become reality. How long will it take to achieve this goal? The scientist proudly replied that in about 10 years, the nuclear fusion device could be put into practical application. The audience continued to ask questions, but we did not mention nuclear fusion. We wanted to know when Iron Man's jet heart could be put into use. The MIT scientist replied that the nuclear fusion reactor designed by MIT has a diameter of nearly 20 meters. To shrink it to the size of a heart bottle of about 20 centimeters, it might take hundreds of years. That is truly one of the most advanced technologies of our time. So, the question arises, over 3,000 years ago, who really created the Krithina heart bottle? Could there have been an advanced civilization existing during that period? We can find clues from ancient Indian texts. In ancient Indian history, the Vedas are a set of ancient scriptures of special importance. Speaking of mysterious spaceships that came to our planet 6,000 years ago, they are called Vimanas. Although many still doubt the existence of Vimanas, millions of people worldwide believe that thousands of years ago, spaceships piloted by deities once visited our human ancestors in the distant past. With the support of Vimana spacecraft, ancient explorers set foot on many different regions of our planet and spread knowledge while reforming primitive civilizations from ancient times. Information about Vimana spacecraft can be found in the epic Mahabharata. By the order of Rama, a supreme deity in Hinduism, riding a magnificent chariot, it soared from the towering mountain peak up to the blue clouds, along with a loud sound. In another version of the epic, it is recorded that another deity is Bhima. His Vimana not only flew but also emitted a dazzling light like the sun, and produced a loud sound like thunder. Dr. Raghavan stated, the revelations within the text are even more astonishing. According to the description, this flying device is composed of 31 parts, including a photograph of the aircraft's cockpit taken from a bottom angle. Additionally, the text lists 16 types of metals necessary to construct this flying machine. However, only 3 have been identified so far, the rest remain unknown. The question posed to the scientific community now is, what type of fuel or energy did these ancient Vimana spacecraft use to operate? Based on Vaimanika Shastra, a Sanskrit text compiled in the early 20th century, research on flying devices indicates Vimana is considered an advanced aerodynamic flying device, like a rocket made by aliens, capable of traveling between planets. The propulsion engine of the Vimana uses a magnetic mercury vortex, a concept similar to an electric engine. However, many believe that inside the Vimana spacecraft exists an extremely large energy source. Another notable point is, a few years ago, Chinese researchers discovered some ancient texts written in Sanskrit, dating back thousands of years in Lhasa City, Tibet. They were then transferred to Chandigarh University in India for translation. According to Dr. Ruth Raina, who directly translated the texts, the results were truly surprising. This is the blueprint for building spacecraft, for traveling among the stars. The spacecraft's propulsion engine is designed based on anti-gravity technology, and a system operating on a principle similar to Laki Ma, a latent power always present within the human body itself. It has enough strength to resist all gravitational forces. Interestingly, Hindu followers believe that Lucky Ma allows humans to naturally fly into the air. Accordingly, these spacecraft are also called Atra. It can transport humans to any planet. The preliminary draft of this text does not mention communication methods and specific travel between planets. But the work mentions a journey from Earth to the Moon. Although researchers have not been able to clearly determine whether this trip was only planned or had actually taken place. However, another of India's great epics, Ramayana, also tells a story with many notable details. According to it, there was once a flight to the moon made by Vimana or Atra. Additionally, this epic recounts in detail a battle that took place on the moon. With Aswan, a powerful air force, Indian scientists have made great efforts to collect and preserve as much as possible the details in the content of these ancient texts. However, this seems to have become more difficult after China announced that some parts of these documents are stored separately to serve their space program research. Can we recreate and apply this ancient technology in today's era? Perhaps the answer depends entirely on our own thinking. Another interesting point is that the ancient Sanskrit text called Samaranga Sutrahadra also mentions this. Strong and durable are two phrases used to describe the shell of the Kovadama. Like a giant bird made from lightweight materials. Inside, mercury engines along with thermoelectric generator assemblies should be arranged at the bottom. The latent power in mercury will create vortices that help it move. People sitting inside can fly to very distant places in the sky. The movements of the Vimana spacecraft include moving up and down vertically, tilting forward or backward. With this spacecraft, humans can fly freely in the air, and angels in heaven can also descend to Earth at will anytime. In addition, Professor Kajila also shared his research on the Messiah Purana, quoting some passages. Putpaka Vimana is a giant flying machine, with a size equivalent to a large city and fully capable of holding countless people inside. Did ancient Vimana spacecraft really exist? If they did exist, there must have been some energy source to operate them. Thousands of years ago, did ancient flying machines know how to harness the Earth's natural energy to operate? Is it possible that ancient tombs like the pyramids in Akkad were actually giant energy supply stations for Vimana? Interestingly, stones like paving stones also have the ability to store electricity, and their electric charge can be fully determined. What if there are special locations on Earth pre-arranged to create propagatable electric fields? Behind countless structures like ancient pyramids, giant slabs, stone statues, steles, or towering stone towers, there may be other great secrets hidden, with the Krithna heart as the main focus. They could have been created for scientific purposes, specifically to transport large amounts of energy. Many studies indicate that the exquisite ancient stone structures created by the Inca, Egyptian, East Indian, Maya, and other ancient civilizations. Not only are they aesthetic, but they also serve another specific purpose. The clearest evidence supporting the above hypothesis is the Great Pyramid of Giza. This structure is exactly like an ancient energy production plant. In other words, it is an ancient version of the Tesla power plant, created thousands of years ago. This pyramid has an extremely massive structure and utilizes the Earth's natural properties to generate a huge energy source. This energy source is believed to have been harnessed by the ancient Egyptians and Maya civilization, as well as many other places around the world thousands of years ago. If we view the history of ancient civilizations from a different perspective, we will discover that ancient civilizations used many advanced and complex technologies that even modern science cannot yet explain. These advanced technologies clearly appeared in ancient Egyptian and Sambu civilizations, and are also found in North, Central, and South America. Evidence shows that fields such as electricity, electrochemistry, electronic technology, metallurgy, engineering, including hydroelectricity, chemistry, and physics. Advanced mathematical formulas along with astronomical knowledge were applied thousands of years ago on a very large scale. Based on that information, it can be inferred that the Krithna heart operates like an arc reactor to generate energy for the life of an advanced ancient civilization. And if we can effectively harness that energy, human civilization will reach a new height. Thank you all for your attention and follow-up. See you in the upcoming videos.